Top of the day, top of the day. Boom! Hope you're feeling good, looking good, doing great. Let's go! Hello, happy Monday, man. Thank God that you can hear, see, talk, walk, move, and you're feeling all good, and it ain't feeling good. Wow! Ooh, you're gonna be feeling good today. All right, look, y'all got a great topic to discuss today, man. The topic we're gonna be discussing today. I hope y'all ready for this. This is actually a pretty good topic. It's on Lean on Me. Oh, if y'all never see that, this is actually a great movie. Okay, so I need y'all to pay attention because guess what? Tune in. It's a message behind it. Boom. All right, so boom. Long story short, well, Lean on Me. I remember that saying go. You remember that song? Lean on me. When you arrive. I probably just messed the words up. But look, long story short, Lean on Me, I want y'all to pay attention to because the message behind it is that with this school, right, you had this teacher actually coming there to a very violent school, right? And he actually came there and transformed the school around, right? He gave the school hope, but he gave the school hope through discipline, right? And the thing is, you got to realize a lot of people are not disciplined. A lot of kids not disciplined. A lot of adults are not disciplined, okay? And if you're not disciplined, it's hard for people to actually to learn and grow, right? Because when you're not disciplined, you're buying, you're doing things that you actually are unaware of, but you are aware of, if that makes sense. Meaning to be disciplined is to be aware, to be understanding of what you're actually doing and to be consistent in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That you can when you discipline yourself, you kind of you place a layer of it's like a narrow focus, right? It's like a tunnel vision to where like only thing you see is something, a goal or anything that you're trying to accomplish, right? So you like, you know what? Say, for example, this, I'm going to give an example of this. You're like, you know what? What I want to do is actually, I'm going to wake up. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to give it like this. Let's put it like for, say, for example, you want to be a lawyer, right? I want to be a lawyer. So every day I wake up and I'm studying law books every day, Monday through Friday for 2 hours a day. That's discipline is because you're being consistent with a goal in which you're trying to accomplish, right? So through you actually being disciplined, you're actually going to establish a growth within yourself, meaning you're going to become somebody that you didn't even know that was there, meaning you're becoming the person that God actually has already ordered you to actually be, right? Because remember, faith without work is what? Dead, right? Everybody's praying all the time and, oh God, and all this other stuff, but you're not putting in any work, right? Think about it. I said, if God just kept running his mouth all day, we all be screwed, right? He came down here. He showed us. He sacrificed. He put in work. He was very disciplined, meaning he went without a lot of things that can actually tear you down. Right? For example, men, right? You want to be disciplined, right? In this world that we live in 2024, especially as a kid in the school, right? This man was able to come into the school, identify people's habits, right? Confront them on their habits, right? He said, you can be all excited and singing and all more self-motivated all you want, but the thing is, that's not getting you no results. So you need to be more disciplined in reference to how you move with yourself, meaning your actions need to speak. You're talking too much, right? It's okay to self-motivate, but you have to start acting on what you're trying to do, right? Because that's called taking a risk, right? You're taking a risk within yourself, right? You wake up and my thing is you start to establish a routine. I'll break it down to where everybody can understand. When you establish a routine for yourself, it becomes a habit, right? And your habits eventually become who you are, right? Right? So say, for example, you want to work out. Like, yeah, man, I want to work out. Talking too much. Number one. Number two, you got to start at your schedule, your own self and within your own body. If I say I'm going to walk, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do 5 push-ups a day. That's not much to most people. They don't care. It's about you being consistent with everything you said you're going to do. You're disciplining yourself, meaning you're going without certain things that you want to do. You're changing up your eating habits. Like, look, I'm only going to eat watermelons Monday through Friday, and I'm going to do 10 push-ups every day, Monday through Friday. And you do that. You stay consistent with that. That consistent, that means that's showing that you're disciplined, you're going out, right? Men, say for example, you got a girlfriend, right? And your girl is like, oh, I'm not giving you none. That's fine. I'm celibate, right? Meaning you can actually withhold from things that actually are holding you back, right? If you cannot go without, the box or whatever, you're like, oh, I'm going crazy. You need to pull yourself together because that shows how weak you are as a man, right? You need to learn how to establish self-control. Self-control is, guess what? You being what? You being what? Exactly. When you got self-control over yourself, you're able to have a little bit more clearer focus on what you want to do, right? So back to what he was actually doing, he was able to sit down with people and have these personal conversations because he allowed them to lean on him. He got an understanding that he was older and much wiser, so he understood the pain that people were actually feeling, right? He had sympathy for them. Right? And that's okay with that. But the thing is, he let them know that you got to get up. You got to do something great. Y'all got to get out here and do good grades. You got to stop making excuses. Life is going to happen to each and everybody. But the more disciplined you are, meaning you got to put in work and be consistent with it, right? If you in school, y'all in school, basketball, football, whatever, college, these football players, basketball players did not get there by accident. They got there because every day they get up, training, running, all this other stuff. You got athletes, you got Simone Biles, you see the gymnast, she didn't just get there by accident. She got up there being consistent each and every day, practicing. Anything you want to do, practice it, and then you're going to be consistent with it. Pray to God because he's the one that's going to help make that happen with you. Remember, faith without work is actually dead. You got to be able to actually see that. So when you're able to lean on me with that message in that movie, it was so powerful is because it showed you how you can transform in an environment, a very violent environment. These kids were very violent and very just negative towards everybody, but he transformed their mind is because, number one, he showed them, guess what, the greatness inside of them. But the thing is, the greatness inside of you was already there. You just have to wake up, right? Because when you want discipline, meaning no matter what you say you want to do, it don't matter what the world say you want to do. If you say you're going to do something, you stick to it. Right? Regardless what anybody, nobody has to support what you do. This is your dream, your life, and your purpose that God has given for you, right? So you wake up, whatever you say you're going to do, make sure you follow through on it. You follow through on everybody else, right? Which is no benefit to you at all because you're still stuck. You are not growing, right? So it kind of makes you a hypocrite, right? And a hypocrite for yourself is because you're lying to yourself because you won't move on with things with yourself. You don't want to get lost in that process. And then people in this world, 95% of the world does that, right? And unfortunately, kids out there, y'all are listening to people like that, right? That's why you're so lost right now. It's because you're taking guidance from people who don't even take their own advice, right? You have to learn to look and hear and feel what you actually feel as though is actually there, right? When you look into a situation, you see exactly what it is, you're able to actually get into it. Meaning, look at it like this, okay? You say you're going to buy a car, right? You want to buy a car, that's a goal, right? In order to buy a car, you got to save up. Meaning you got to be disciplined. Meaning every 2 weeks, hey, look, I'm gonna put aside $100 every 2 weeks for the next year. Okay, boom, I got $1,000, $2,000, whatever you got, right? You take that money, right? And now you establish your goal, right? You establish your goal, you got your money, now you bought your car. So you are disciplined enough to put money away, right? Being disciplined meaning you set a goal for yourself, right? You take time away from it in reference to self. Discipline to me is self-growth, right? Anything that you're facing right now, whether you're in school, right? And you're struggling and you're failing in class. You know why you're failing in class? Because you're not paying attention, right? And so guess what you got to do? When you're in school, if your friends don't want to pass, that's on them. You have a future. You have a choice. You want to be a cool kid or a dumb kid, right? Which one? You want to be a cool kid, dumb kid, or a smart kid? The smart kid is going to do their work because at the end of the day, if you're not disciplined enough to complete simple stuff, which is school, high school, college, it's simple stuff, right? It just requires a clear maintain of focus. And guess what? Clarity. And guess what? A commitment, right? And you have to be disciplined. Because the thing is, if you're not disciplined in reference to everything you're trying to do, you're not going to accomplish anything, right? So you need to look in the mirror, look at yourself, right? Because when you say lean on me, no, lean on God. Lean on God for the understanding, the wisdom that you actually need to get through it, right? You have to stop with the excuses, everything around you, right? It's because environments can be transformed. You can be transformed within yourself, but you have to see that change within yourself. You have to be more disciplined. You have to stop making excuses and make something happen, right? Because the thing is, you have to start taking risks on yourself. You got to put yourself out there. If you set a goal for yourself, just do it. Right? Do not overcomplicate the situation, man. Remember that. This was a deep message, and I really want to put this out there is because it's something that the world needs to do, not just you. So stop making excuses. Stop crying. Wipe your face. Write down your goal. Put out a plan and take one step at it. That's it. Ignore everybody. Ignore literally everybody. They're not God. If God himself did not say it's not going to happen, then guess what? It's not going to happen if God said that. But God gave it to you. So open up your eyes, be more disciplined, go without things that no longer serve you and align with you. Let's get it.